Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another month, another edition of the Sparkling Tuna Cup 2025 October Finals. I'm of course Side VIP with you and joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome one and all to something a little bit different here. We have our regular weekly open tournaments with the Sparkling Tuna Cup, but for the last couple of months and for the rest of the year, we have these Open Cup weeklies leading into the monthly finals. We already had a monthly finals for September. herO, of course, was the champion of the September finals. Now we are coming into the October finals. October finals here for the Tuna Cup. Here we go. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. The bracket is live, the bracket is stacked, and we are jumping into our first series of the broadcast. Bam, as you can see here, last edition, we at least had Shin to vary things up a little bit, but here we go to Wall of Protoss, we go to Wall of Terran. Let's go, baby, let's go. It is going to be ByuN versus Percival in a TBT. We have Creator versus Bunny, Christiana versus Nick Grant, and herO versus Geralt. Let us go. We got 4 Protoss, we got 4 Terran. Balance, as all things should be. Aha, let's go. Let us go. So we have our 8 players here. These are our top 8 players from this month's round of Open Cups. So we have our top 8 players, and we are looking to get into our first series. Now, the way this works, of course, is that we are going to be running 2 series at the same time concurrently. It's going to be ByuN versus Percival, followed by and Christiana versus Nick Grant happening initially. Then we have Creator and Bunny, and herO and Geralt facing off after that as well. So we do have our initial 2 matches happening first, followed by the next 2 matches for the quarterfinals. Then we'll have the semis, and then the grand finals thereafter. Here we go. So total should be 5 series on the stream. Should be 5 series on the stream, depending on how long or how short things are going to be. And our players are just getting ready, conducting their videos as we speak. Again, we are going to be casting Christiana versus Nick Grant first. That's going to be our first series on the broadcast. ByuN versus Percival will be happening at the same time. Did have the chance to choose between the 2 of them, but again, we're going for the more diverse matchup here. Best of luck to ByuN and Percival. It's going to be a spicy series, I'm sure. Best of luck, as that will be happening at the same time. Oh boy. Here we go. Just catching up in the chat. Catching up. But yes, we do have our initial series, and great to see as well. We do have some nice representation as well, not just a full Korean lineup. Of course, we do have Christiana, Nick Grant, and Geralt showing up as well, repping that European region. A little bit unfortunate that they're all in the same part of the bracket. True, it would be nice if they were spread out somewhat, but they're going to be facing off as well in said first round. herO, he is last month's champion for Sparkling Tuna Cup, and we'll see if he can reprise his role back to back as another champion here. He is going to be the one to beat, but there are some heavy hitters here to stop him. Likewise, we got players like ByuN, Creator, but I mean all the top players here, they are all well within their skill range to take maps and to maybe even take series as well. Let's go. Let's go. That is what we are here for. Meanwhile, last month we did have some other coverage. We had indie casting in Polish, we had a TKL casting in French, but I believe they will not be casting this month. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they will be focusing on the Wardy TV events. In a couple of hours, Wardy's going to be hosting his own October tournament, his own October finals. True. And I believe he has a group stage that's taking place then and there, and again, that's in 2 hours time, so they might be focusing on that event instead. Yo, meanwhile, a big shout out to Eggs. El huevito, anda mimir, papi. Ay. ¿Qué estás haciendo despierto, papi? Oh my god. But thank you so much to Eggs for the raid. I hope you had a great stream. I hope you had a great ladder session. I hope you had a great time. Bienvenidos. I saw that you were laddering on Europe. I think Oreo is also laddering on Europe as well. Crazy. All the EU laddering. Ay. Crazy, baby, crazy. But hope you had a great time. Hope you got some nice wins, and hope you had a great stream. And welcome one and all to the beginning of our broadcast. Welcome to the Sparkling Tuna Cup October Finals. Here we go. Este baby. Yes, the new emotes for Babylings. Ay. Not the peach. Leave it alone. Oh no. Chat to Noam Chomsky. I see Slow Around in the chat as well. Playstone, Easy Fill, Serious Black. Bienvenidos, papi. Bienvenidos. As we should soon be commencing. Here we go. Yeah, should soon be commencing, as we will soon be jumping into our first match. 7 groups today. I'm not fully aware of what you're referring to. If you mean if we're going to be casting this entire bracket today, the answer is yes. Yes, the entire bracket will be casted today. True. There we go. Greatest thing for Polish-Korean relations since I am Katowice. Ah. Are you saying that's what our regular tournaments are? That's not the most representative. I mean, StarCraft in general. True, true. A lot of Polish and Korean representation. Ah, no. But hopefully we're able to start soon. I know that unfortunately Cristiano is running a little bit late here. I mean, I say a little bit late. They did their vetoes, but something did come up, so did need a moment before we began. And hopefully not too much longer. But yeah, all the matches are going to be happening today. We won't be casting all the series, bear that in mind. We are going to be casting 5 of the matches tonight. We are not going to be casting ByuN versus Percival and herO versus Geralt. That'll be, I mean, that might be casted by another stream. If Indy jumps on, if TKL jumps on, then they'll be covering that. But otherwise, we'll be covering all the other matches. Just as a heads up. But we actually might need some time. We might. No. Our players, and they might need an extra couple of moments here before we jump in. Oh. But we're also going to be featuring a custom map pool as well. For those that aren't here on a regular basis, you may not be familiar, but we have been, for the most part, running full TLMC 21 map pools throughout the past, 4 or 5 weeks. But now that the voting is concluded, now that the voting is done for TLMC, we are going to be pulling it back a little bit. We have a custom map pool, we have majority ladder maps, so we have 4 added TLMC maps instead. We've gotten rid of Ultralove, we've gotten rid of Leylines, Last Fantasy, and Maganatha. So those 4 maps have been removed and they've been replaced by 10,000 Feet, Celestial Enclave, Magnetic North, and Mothership. So we replaced 4 maps with another 4 from TLMC. Here we go. I know. Nickrat, he's getting rowdy. He's getting rowdy. He's like, where is Cristiano? Aye. Oh no. Yeah, Cristiano, he did just need a moment. Beautiful, he's ready. He's ready, he's good to go. So Cristiano, he has arrived. We are jumping into our first series. Cristiano and Nickrat facing off in a TVP. Game 1 is going to be on Pylon. Let's go. Jumping to game 1. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon, we have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nickrat. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the Polish Protoss representing Offside Esports. It is Cristiano. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our TVP. Here we go. Coming into this, Cristiano, he is one of the highest placing, historical players in Tuna Cup. True, so we do expect great things from Cristiano. At the same time, Nickrat has some killer TVP. Very aggressive, very in the face of his opponents, and very often is one to end the game early and end the game quickly, and has been having a lot of success in TVP over the past couple of weeks, if not the past couple of months. So Nickrat, he is definitely a player that can be deadly to any Protoss player out there. We've seen him take maps and series off of Max Packs. We've seen him do the same against herO as well. Not on a regular basis, but, you know, has been able to spike up in skill in that kind of way. Has been able to punch up in such a way, I should say. So here we go. For the time being, Economic Opener, Rax Expand out of Nickrat. Meanwhile, Cristiano going for his own Gate Cyber into Nexus. Everything looking normal. Economic Opener out of Nickrat. Does go for the Economic Start. As Cristiano's being as annoying as possible. And he will delay the CC. Okay, that was a 450 mineral CC timing. So nice delay by a couple of seconds. Cristiano does pull away. Just trying to be as annoying as possible. And even does open up with a Zealot. Okay, Cristiano. He's moving out. There's no proxy pylon, there's no gateway, there's no fast way to reinforce, but Cristiano, his goal here should still be to delay the command center. This is something that's a little bit more viable here on this map just because the Russian background is short. Welcome to Pylon, right? Pylon is the smallest map of the map pool, known for aggression. Speaking of aggression, that is a second rack speed for factory. Hello. Now, are we going? I mean, this does look like a 3-rax. Does look like a 3-rax. Yep, there we go. Third rax is on the way. We're going for a 3-rax stim timing, a very aggressive, very powerful build. There's some pros, there's some cons to this, of course. But Cristiano, he's building up towards a very strong stim timing. As the Zealot will delay. We'll force back one of the SCVs. Oh, gets a swipe off. Get delaying the CC by a couple of seconds. Trying to buy time for the Adept. The Adept has arrived. CC is going to be denied for the time being. So nice delay in the command center. This is slowing down Nicorakt. And especially when you're going for an aggressive timing like this, you need your build to be clean. You need it to be on point. As another Adept arrives, massive delay, and remember, this is almost a hard counter. There's no Hellion, typically there'd be a Cyclone, right? Typically there'd be a Cyclone follow-up, but there's no factory. With vanilla Marines, you cannot deal with this. I mean, this is just brutal. I mean, Cristiano, he rolls the dice, he rolls well. We have 3 Marines walking in, but in a head-on fight, it's still going to be brutal. Yeah, there we go. SCV goes down. So do 2 of the Marines. I'm gonna get a very nice trade here for Cristiano. He gets cleaned up, but that is a heavy delay on the CC, and again, this will slow down the overall build. If you saw earlier, there was a supply block as well. Why was there a supply block? Because the CC should have been done by now to give supply. So really shaky start. Behind this Cristiano, he did not scout the main base, but he noticed, hold on, there's no Hellion, there's no Cyclone, there's no nothing. Something is wrong. This is either a 2-on-1 or a 3-rax. So Cristiano, he has an idea of what's happening. You guys have an idea? Behind this, turning this into a hyper aggression, 4-gate blink. Oof, this is brutal. Now the biggest weakness here of going for a 3-rax and going for this really strong stim timing is because you have no factory. 1, I mean, you have no Hellion or Cyclone for early game defense. 2, you have no tank production for early to mid game defense either. So you are very vulnerable to Stalker aggression, and we're doubling down into 4-gate blink. Like, this should be a hard counter. The goal here should be to break through the Marines, break through the bunker, get into the mineral line, and we can just snowball out of control. Now stim is going to be done soon. It's going to be done in a couple of seconds here, but before stim is complete, it's going to be vulnerable. Thankfully though, 10 seconds away. That's Cristiano, he'll lose 2 probes. Shuts down the Reaper. Cristiano, if he blinks into the main base, the Marauders can punish. So thankfully there's a high Marauder count. But as Cristiano starts to move out, I mean, sorry, as Nicorakt's moving out, Cristiano, he moves in. Oh, goes to the blink. Yeah, blinks into the main base, going for the upgrade. Newcastle Shell's going to be denied, and Nicorakt is going for the base trade. He's going for the base trade, does catch 1 reinforcing Stalker. Boys are being pulled. Recall back home. Okay. Does recall, does miss the War Prism. Prism doesn't get recalled. Does race back. Oh, that was a awkward blink. Yeah, it was awkward here. 1, 2 Stalkers going, 3 Stalker kills. Yeah, ideally you want to hold on to your blinks. Don't want to blink everything at once. And with that, Nicorakt, he does punish. So nice trades here for Nicorakt. He does trade well against the Stalkers. Doesn't do critical economic damage, but cleans up so many Stalkers regardless. And again, Cristiano, he had some miscontrol. Oh, even here, he blinks in? Oh, good. He will clean this up. He'll lose all 3 Stalkers. There was 16 Stalkers going down. A brutal loss there for Cristiano. Brutal trade, I should say. Behind this is getting a 3rd base. Meanwhile, so is Nicorakt. Now, as it all settles, where exactly are we here? If Cristiano had stuck around, killed some SCVs first, and then recalled, I would favor Cristiano's position. Currently, though, Nicorakt, he's looking fine economically. Because Cristiano had no 3rd. these Stalkers, they need to find some damage here. Otherwise, Nickracht is in a better position. Speaking of, Prism is the main. Stalkers, they do get a Marine. Likewise, no, Cristiano heal supply block the pylon just now finished. So a bit of a stifled warp in. Stalkers, they do find some SCVs, so okay. It's 3, 4, 5 SCV kills, not bad. That's 5 SCVs. Same time to have a backstab towards left hand side, trying to come in for a surround. And Cristiano, it looks like he may be able to barely clean this up. Yeah, down to 3 Marauders, down to 2, down to 1. Oh, and will not get away. Cristiano, he outtrades. Every sim is hurting as well. We can juggle with the Prism, and Cristiano, he's going to overwhelm. There's no safety bunker. Again, there's no tanks behind this. Picking up all the Marauders. GG gets called, and Cristiano, he will break through. He will take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. There was a lot of pressure on Cristiano to find some damage there. Again, after the stim timing, after the early back and forth, I was favoring Nickracht, who was in a better economic position, but Cristiano, he didn't back off. Thankfully, he didn't back off. He still kept applying pressure. He was very much so in the face of Nickracht, and with that, he was able to outtrade. He was able to pull Nickracht apart, dropping into the main base, pushing into the natural, getting SCV kills. The bunker was never rebuilt. Without the bunker, there was no kind of backbone to that position at the natural base, and you saw that Cristiano just kind of had his way with those Marines, with those Marauders. GG, well played. So Nickracht, unfortunately, he didn't quite respect the power of said Blink Stalkers after the initial aggression. Wasn't quite ready to defend. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game 2. Going to be loading into Persephone, as Cristiano does take a lead in the series, and we'll see if he can claim it here and now. Let's go. Let us go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran player himself down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can force the ace match. For the Platinum Heroes, it is Nickracht. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Offside Esports. It is Cristiano. Can't think also the recalling allowed him to trade well enough. I would disagree. I would say that after that trade, Nickracht as we mentioned, was in a better position. He had killed 16 Stalkers. He killed 16 Stalkers for 16 Marines. Like, that was it was crazy just how well Nickracht was trading against the Stalker army. And as we were emphasizing, Cristiano did have some miscontrol with his Stalkers. He did blink a little bit too carelessly. Because he was blinking a little bit too carelessly, that meant that he was losing more Stalkers than he should have. Referring to that defense after the stim, or at defense of the stim timing, I should say. If you recall, both players got their third bases at the same time, and Nickracht, he was down by 6 SCVs compared to the amount of probes that Cristiano had. It was 44 SCVs to 50 probes, not accounting for mules. Yes, the attack had concussed the game, might just end there. Sure, but that's not what we're arguing, right? Saying that Nickracht was in a better position, and that the pressure was on Cristiano to do more damage in the aftermath of that to make up for his deficits, and he was able to. He was able to pull apart Nickracht's attention, and as we were emphasizing, Nickracht, he never did rebuild his bunker on said low ground at the natural, so he had some brutal trades and brutal losses. And with that, now we're getting into our next game. Hello. As Nickracht does move out across the map, this time going double gas. Double gas opener out of Nickracht into a faster factory, into a delayed CC. With this SCV though, it's looking like a proxy starport. Okay, it's been a while since we've seen a Hellion drop, but we're leaning towards that here. As we're waiting for the factory, factory is done, and we are setting up for that starport. There's the add-on swap here for reactored Hellions. Starport is on the way. So this is a bit of a cheeky build. This is also quite risky here. If this gets scouted, then Cristiano can shut this down. At the same time, Cristiano being cheeky himself. Twilight Council back at home. Are we going for a proxy pylon? If we were, it'd already be on the way though. Yeah, no proxy. No proxy. Just a blink base opener out of Cristiano. Hellions are rallying. This should be one of two options here. This should be either a Hellion drop, or you can actually go for a Reaper Hellion Harass on the right and then go for a Proxy Liberator instead. That's also something that's viable here. But it is going to be the drop. Now, bearing in mind, it is 3 Hellions. 3 Hellions that do one-shot probes. So that's all we're going to need. Of course, it's going to be a pair of 4. But they can annihilate these mineral lines, even with shield batteries being in position. So far, Cristiano, he hasn't seen much across the map. Ooh, Nickrat has to be careful. He has to be careful not to lose anything too soon. Pokes in, pulls away. Rotating over towards said medevac. And Cristiano, he has 3 Stalkers. Is he setting up for a third? Okay. Okay, third gateway now being turned down. Hellions, they bust into the main. They head for the mineral line, and probes are getting one-shots. Yeah, so far getting 7 probes. Oh, God. Yeah, brutal volley goes off. 7 probes go down, and only 1 Hellion falls. A very nice start here for Nickrat. And we spoke earlier about going into Proxy Liberator. Would you have that Liberator follow-up? So Liberator's on the way. There's still 3 Hellions attacking on the map. They're still active, and they can still threaten the natural. Oh, true. We can just heal up. Does heal up at the pad. Cristiano's had a rough start. And ideally, Nickrat, he does want to distract with his Hellions while his Liberator gets into the main. Liberator is coming. Hellions, they poke in. Liberator is activated. And Cristiano, he does react. Does react in time. He does pull away. Still lose 1 probe. But the Hellions are deflected. Losing 2 Hellions in the process. So better defense here by Cristiano. He does defend both locations, and he does deflect the Liberator. Whew, okay. Now, as we settle in, Cristiano, he still has some probing to do to recover. His third base will help, don't get me wrong. Third base will help once it gets up and running. Until then, back at home, we have a 3-1-1 setup, and we'll keep an eye on Nickrat here. We'll see if he does build up into a third CC, or if he throws down 2 more Raxes. So we'll see how hard Nickrat does commit. Building up those tanks. Liberator into the main. And Nickrat, he's at least secure at his natural. No tanks in the main. Bear that in mind. The main base is a little more exposed. Cristiano, he defends. There is no high ground vision, so Cristiano, he has no way into the main. And Nickrat, he's banking up some resources. Are we going for the third CC? We are. Okay, we have the answer. He's expanding. No 2 base all in. He is going to expand. He's building up in towards the mid game. And the game is going to slow down. Slowing down from here. This means that we can start working towards splash damage. We have the Temple Archives in towards Storm. Not going Colossus. Triple drop towards the left. Well spotted by the Observer. Cristiano, he does rotate over. He will barely miss the drop. Yeah, it does miss it. Ay. Warping in back at home. And Nickrat, thankfully, oh, he actually keeps going. Okay, he commits. Commits into main. We'll lose one of the medevacs. Does unload. Remember, there's a splash damage. There's a recall back home. And Nickrat, he will be able to kite back, but yeah, he's running out of steam. Running out of steam, bleeding out far too much. Oh my god, Medevac barely gets away. Just barely. Barely pulls out. But what does this achieve? Oh, as Cristiano's a little bit opportunistic here. Wants that Medevac. But this does force Cristiano to recall, right? Because of the recall, now Nickrat can expand. He can expand freely as he forced back the main army. His third base is getting up. Nickrat, he does have quite a bit to work with here. Where's Storm? Storm was never researched here. Uh-oh, okay. So Storm is going to be a it's not going to be applicable here. Morphing in some Archons. The Zealots are amassing. Nice run by. Let's catch some reinforcements. As Zealots, they do pick up a couple of SCVs. No major damage, but he does force Nickrat all the way back home. And this is allowing Cristiano to buy some time to warp in more Archons, to warp in more Mortals. And my assumption was that the splash damage of choice was going to be Storm. That is not correct. We're going into triple Robo production? Oh my god. Okay. So triple Robo production into Mass Colossus. Este Cristiano. Now, the downside of this is that there's a big window in time here where there is no splash damage, right? There's no Storm, there's no Colossus, there's no Disruptors, there's none of that for an extended period of time here until the Bay gets up and running. So we'll see if Nickrat can make use of that time. Ooh, as the Prism gets in. Prism into the main. So let's get a couple of SCVs. Not bad. Once again, just buying time. Attempt to force friendly fire. 8 SCVs, not bad. Getting 8 SCV kills. Cristiano, he's taking his 4th base behind this. Bearing in mind that Nickrat still has that army supply lead. The Ghosts have arrived. A couple of Vikings. We're still making that first wave of Colossus. They're coming. Making 3 Colossus at a time. Cristiano's up to 1, soon to be 2. He's almost there. And the Viking count just isn't high enough. Only 2 Vikings. EMPs, they do connect. Mainly on Zealots. First Colossus may go down, but the second Colossus has arrived in time. A brutal damage, and Cristiano, he will shut this down. Sends back the army. Getting on top of the Ghost as well. Brutal losses there for Nickrat. And Cristiano holds. Cristiano, he holds. He cleans this up completely. As you mentioned, there was a window in time where he was vulnerable before the Colossi, but they've arrived. The Colossi have arrived. Again, the Viking count is just too low. And Cristiano, he may just snowball out of control with this push. He's getting a 5th base. Rotating towards the natural. There are only 4 Vikings. And we're getting up to 5 Colossus. That's right, getting up to 4. Nice EMP. EMP goes off. 1 Colossus goes down. He gets 1. And we need reinforcements here. Cristiano overextending. Fighting with only a portion of his army. At the same time, Zealots, they do hit the middle line, but there's nothing to kill. There's nothing there. Oof. And Cristiano, he will lose everything. The Colossus, the Immortal, the Archons. Ay, ay, ay. The Zealot runby was not worth it. Gets only 4 SCVs. Again, Cristiano, he just didn't have his War Prison with his army. He couldn't reinforce his main army either. That was a big blunder from Cristiano. But the reality is that if Nickrat doesn't attack soon, then it won't matter. Cristiano, he's getting a 5th. He's getting a 5th base. He's on 80 probes. Cristiano, because of his boosted economy, he will be able to remax faster. And again, he can make 3 Colossus at a time or 3 Roro units at a time. So Cristiano is building back up. Nickrat, he's now up to 8 Vikings. That's a decent Viking count this time. Moves out, another Zealot run by. Cristiano, he will get on top of the 5th base. Sorry, Nickracht will get on top of the 5th base. Cristiano super behind. Nice snap with the Prism. Very nice. Prism goes down. Brutally MP here on the Archons, but there's just not enough bio. Not enough on the ground. So Long Rise they continue, but this time Nickracht is in position. He's ready. Ooh, catching, I guess, the 2nd Prism. Another Prism goes down. Not like this. Cristiano, he is about to max. Getting caught out of position. He will lose 1 Colossus. And Colossus is going to be falling. Vikings just go to town on the Colossi. But what about the ground army? What about the bio? He reset the Colossus count, but the Zealots, the Archons, they do break through. Oh no, not the Prism again. Okay. As we are switching into Disruptors. Disruptors are amassing. Going back into Colossus. Ooh, nice dodge. He lands, he lifts. Avoids the Nova. Another Nova will barely not connect. And Nova's not connecting. There's 1 Nova left. Nova goes off and does break through the army. And with that, there's just too much on the ground. The Gateway army will overwhelm GG. And Cristiano, he will break Nickracht and he will take the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played, Cristiano. He will claim the series here. Again, Nickracht, he had a nice start killing all those probes at the start of the game, and we spoke about it. There was even a window in time where Nickracht had the greater army supply up until the triple robo kicked in, right? Up until that point, like Nickracht, he did have a window of opportunity, but he wasn't aware, right? He wasn't aware of that. He wasn't as active. He wasn't as aggressive. He was only going for drop play. He was not going for main pushes. Afterwards, we did see a pretty nice moment where he was able to take a stronger fight in the center of the map, but by then, it took a little bit too long once again to counterattack. We did bring up the fact that Cristiano had an untouched economy, 80 probes, 5 bases. He was able to rebuild, remax. Yes, Nickracht killed the 5th, but again, for the most part, the economy was untouched for Cristiano. GG. GG, well played, and towards the mid game, I should say. And with that, GG, well played. With that, Cristiano, he will claim the series, and let's catch up. Let's catch up on the bracket. Let's figure out where we are and where we are headed. Cristiano, he's going to advance on to the semifinals. My condolences to Nickracht as he is knocked out of the tournament. And Cristiano's going to be facing off against the winner of herO and Geralt. Meanwhile, I believe ByuN and Percival, they are currently mid-series. Their mid-series are currently facing off as we speak. They are facing off. Let's head on over to the Korean server and figure out what exactly is going on. Yes, we are going to be heading over here. So Cristiano, he does advance on. Meanwhile, again, ByuN and Percival, they're currently mid-series. And the next set of matches will soon be able to begin. Oh, boy. But yeah, I had assumed that both Indy and TKL will be covering Wardy's October tournament, and they are. They're going to be focusing and fixating on that, and maybe RSL afterwards. So, I believe we're going to be the only stream this month. The only stream. But ByuN and Percival looks like they're just now getting out of their games. They just put that a game. Let's go. So, and we have the update. Okay, so we just got an update here. ByuN takes down Percival 2-0, and ByuN also does advance on to the semifinals. So we have our first 2 matches wrapping up. ByuN takes down Percival, Cristiano takes down Nickracht. Now we're getting ready for the next set of matches here. Creator versus Bunny and herO versus Geralt. We're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we will have Creator versus Bunny coming at you next in a couple of minutes. See you soon. See you soon. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the quarterfinals. Welcome back to the quarterfinals here at the Sparkling Tuna Cup number 2025 October finals. We just wrapped up with Cristiano versus Nicorant, and Cristiano, he was the first to advance on into the semis. ByuN off stream did take down Percival, and now we're here to determine who will face off against ByuN in the semifinals as we are jumping into our second series of the broadcast, still in the quarterfinals. Still in the round of 8. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss. It is a creator. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Falcons. It is Bunny. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is? It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Here we go as we are jumping into our TVP. Also, big shout out to No Screen in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing for 7 months. For 7 months in a row. Thank you so much for the support. Also, shout out to Luna C. Luna C in the chat as well. When was the last time you played in the Tuna Cup? Luna C. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Cos Phoenix as well. A Sandstorm, Strom even. Bienvenidos. Oh yes, ByuN, yes. So we will be casting ByuN later on in the broadcast. He's already in the semis. He's waiting for the winner of this very series. He is lying in wait. For now, though, we're jumping into our best of 3, and so far we have an economic opener. Economic starts, single gas opener out of Bunny, creator going for a standard start himself, going gate, cyber, expand, and welcome to Tokamak. Tokamak is one of the largest maps in the map pool. A very safe, very defensive map as well. We often see longer and later games, and typically I do favor Protoss coming into larger maps, just because they have a higher chance of gaining map control and mass expanding as well, right? There's a higher chance that creator gets comfortable, gets into a high base count, and takes over control of the map. Typically, it's on the smaller maps where I do favor Terran more, at least in the current meta of TVP. For now, we have the CC on the high ground, so Bunny, his CC is going to be a little bit delayed as he has to lift and land it on location, but at least it'll be safe, right? It'll be safe. If there was, say, a Zealot on the way or a Proxy Gateway on the way, then that could disrupt and deter and really throw a wrench in the works when it comes to the build of Bunny, so he's playing it safe, making sure he is undisturbed. Just making sure. As Bunny is scouting for proxies, he's also looking for the probe, making sure it isn't hidden nearby. We have the take of choice here, creator going for his own Twilight Council, and our players are settling in. What's exciting as well, when it comes to the vetoes, for those that are curious, Game 1 is going to be on Tokamak, Game 2 is going to be on Mothership. Let's go. So Game 2 is going to be Mothership, and Game 3, if we get there, will be on 10,000 feet. So both Bunny and Creator, they are not shying away from the TLMC 21 maps. Love to see it. So I'm because of that, I hope that we go to the ace match. Hope that we can go the distance. Let's go, man. Let's go. As a reminder, we have a combination of ladder maps and TLMC 21 maps in this tournament, in our tournament map pools. Reaper dips in. Does confirm the tech, but is going to be hunted down. But again, this Bunny is aware of the blink-based opener. We can see here so far 2-gate blink into a robo. We'll keep an eye on a 3rd gateway, or if creator does expand. Meanwhile, Bunny opening up with a Widowmine drop. Medevac is on the way, waiting for a set of extra Widowmines. And this will be for scouting and also for potentially getting some damage. More importantly, getting an eye on the timing of the Nexus and getting an eye on the gateways. We can see, of course, there is a 3rd gateway on the way. A shield battery as well. Very safe play out of creator. I mean, he has seen nothing. Yeah, he has very limited vision here, so he's playing very safe. He just spotted the medevac. But again, 3-gate blink, shield battery, much more delayed expansion here. I would have said that on a larger map like this, you can get away with being greedier, but creator, he plays safe. It's safe. Medevac is going to be denied. So far, creator, he does zone. Does zone away. Oof. Yeah, shot's going to be going off. Medevac taking a lot of hits and will barely be able to unload. Does barely unload in time. And with that, we'll get one probe kill. Yeah, just one worker goes down. Widow mines are cleaned up. The medevac does escape just barely, but this is not quite worth it here for Bunny. Ideally, you want to at least evenly trade like Widow mine for worker, but that wasn't the case. Only one probe went down, and Bunny barely escapes. So nice offensive by Creator, getting his third. Base. Oh. So far, Bunny, he does maintain his 2-base setup. We got +1 on the way. We got Stim on the way. Bunny getting his third CC. So a much greedier build here out of Bunny by going for the third base before the extra maxes, but this is more expected again on Tokmak because we're building up towards a longer game. We're not being hyper aggressive. Creator getting to charge. Soon to be a splash damage of choice. We'll see if it's going to be Storm or Colossus. It's been a lot more common to go for Colossus-based compositions in the mid-game. We'll see if that's going to be the case here. Yep, there it is. Bay for Colossus. So Creator is getting into those Colossi. And this is where I'm a little bit concerned for Bunny. Like, not saying that he's at a deficit or anything like that, not yet. But as the game slows down, I mentioned before that there's a higher chance, a higher risk of Creator maintaining map control and just mass expanding. I would say there is pressure on Bunny here. There's pressure. Creator's getting his fourth. Bunny saturating his third. Creator, of course, he has eyes on this. Creator is aware. Prism does get in. Oh. Yeah, Widow mine's not quite in position. Turret a little bit too late. And this is just distracting. Right, that's all that matters here. Just keeping Bunny busy. Zal run by towards the third. Tank is exposed. He's diving on the tank. Tank will go down. Nice pickup. Takes on the tank. There's another tank a little bit further back. Creator, he can just take this fight. Yeah, cannon he will. Getting into the Marines, dives into the medevac. Medevac goes down. Tank there as well. And this is just too much. Creator, he might just break the expansion here and now. And tanks are falling. Bunny, he was just out of position. And Bunny will lose everything. GG gets called before we can even get into the mid-game, before we can get even to the Colossus. Creator, he'll take it. GG. Aye, aye, aye. GG, well played. Colossus were in production. We were building up into a longer game state, but no, alas. Bunny, he was pulled apart. And with that, GG. GG, well played. Unfortunately, he just was unable to defend his unable to defend his third base. His tank was exposed. He was distracted by the Warp Prism. Here we go. We're getting into game number 2. So very swift, very decisive move there by Creator. He saw an opening and he went for it. And now we're getting into game number 2. Again, it feels like we were like cut off at the knees, like, or at least Bunny was cut off at the knees, like before we could really get into his game. And here we go. We're going to be able to embrace at least one of the newer TLMC21 maps. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Mothership, we have the South Korean Protoss leading the series 1-0. It is a Creator. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran for Team Falcons. It is Bunny. I want to macro, but he died. That's like an infamous like Cyril quote, right? Like I feel like he said something along those lines in the past. Oh no. Ah no. But here we go. Welcome to Mothership. Mothership, of course, is a 3-player spawn map. A very, very large one, I might add. So 3 possible spawn locations. You have a secure 3-base setup. Your 4th base is a little bit more spread out. And we'll see how our players do approach this. Again, we've been running this map for quite some time now, and players, they've had more time to embrace and to explore Mothership. We've seen ByuN attempt to play more passive on Mothership with mixed success. Just because there are so many bases. If you remember, we had the PTSD series between ByuN and herO where ByuN took a massive... That was actually last month's Tuna Cup, right? Am I crazy? Was that ByuN versus herO? Was that in the weekly or in the monthly? I can't... God, but yeah, it was brutal is what it was. If you remember, that was a game where ByuN, he was like turtling up, he maxed out, he was winning fights, but he refused to attack. He just refused to attack and was just stuck at home. herO would plummet like 60, 70 supply, and ByuN wouldn't chase, and herO would just max out, take more bases, attack, lose the fight, back off, max out, take more bases. That happened here. I was on Mothership. It happened not too long ago. Smudge was real. But for now, we're going to be settling in. Settling in here once again. Economic start out of Bunny, getting a safety bunker on the low ground. Creator does find him. Likewise, Bunny has yet to scout. He's yet to go in. Hello, Creator. The Twilight Council is done. Are we going for the Dark Shrine? Are we going for DTs? Are we crazy? The answer is yes. Dark Shrine is on the way, so the Twilight Council is complete, and we're going for proxy DTs. When it comes to this matchup, as adepts, they do make their way into the mineral line. They do deny some mining. Very nice damage here by Creator. If Bunny mules, we've been here before. If he mules at the wrong moment, if he mules too much, if his macro is too good, then he can just die. Like that. I'm hoping that that isn't the case here, but we'll keep an eye on Bunny. We've seen players like Cure, like ByuN just insta-GG to the Dark Templar. It's just a part of this matchup. Can happen. But can we hold on to some energy, papi? Por favor. This Bunny's building up. Tech Lab on the starports, opening up with a 1-line drop, but there's a chance here that he may follow up with a Raven for some Raven harass, and that will help against said DTs. Oh, what's it gonna be? Raven or Banshee? DT's coming. There it is. Raven is on the way. Thank God. So there is gonna be a Raven. We're not just gonna be relying upon scans. 1-line drop comes in. So far, Creator, he does react well. Another Wooderman towards the natural. DTs, they waddle into the bases. So Raven is halfway done. And SCVs are going to go down. Raven is about to pop. And this is getting a little bit out of hand. That's going to be 8. We're getting up to 9. Can we get up to 10? Just 9. 9 SCV kills. Solid damage here by Creator. He denies mining. He delays the Raven harass. And he will lose 1 Dark Templar. So 1 DT for 10 SCVs and no mining at the natural. Still brutal damage. Doesn't kill, but Creator, he does cripple. Does cripple Bunny. Creator behind this, getting into his own 3rd base. The one downside, of course, of opening up with DTs like this is that his blink is delayed. His charge is delayed. The charge is halfway done. It's recovering. It's getting into those upgrades. Creator, he does make his way into the main. Creator once again just keeping Bunny busy. Gets 2 more CVs. And while it's containing Bunny, Colossus, right? It's all about just buying time to build up into Colossi. To build up into a greater army. And Bunny's just stuck at home, still no 3rd command center. Again, he's had a rocky start. Gonna try to commit. Oh. Prism does pull away. The boys are being pulled. Bunny's 2 base all in. 2 base all in. Either he kills Creator or he dies trying. Force fields are going to be available. Shield batteries are being thrown down at the natural. And he needs that Colossus. Can he buy enough time? Ooh, delays his tanks. Does delay. Nice save on the Immortal. Oh no! Oh my god. Barely picks up. Barely does save. Immortals get pulled away. Archons get pulled away as well. Tanks they will siege. That's 4 tanks here in between the bases. Colossus pops out, but is that going to be enough? Throwing down the wall. Colossus moves in. Nice target prank of the Colossus. Colossus barely doesn't go down. Saves the Colossus. I believe 1 tank fell. And Bunny's running out of steam. He's running out of steam. He's waiting for reinforcements. He's rushing across the map. Ooh, Robo gets depowered. Nicely done. Robo's depowered. Bunker's getting up. Ooh, would you get the flank? Oh, Colossus goes out instantly. A bit of miscontrol. Yeah, miscontrol out of Creator. Doesn't save the Colossus. Gets 1 more tank. There's 2 tanks left. But I feel like Creator is health. At this point. Especially with the Colossi. It's still going to be quite close though. Still 3 tanks, and this is just a very congested position. Creator trying to catch reinforcements. I'm sorry, coming in from behind, coming in from the flank for the surround. It comes in from every angle. Colossus pulls away, cleans up all the tanks. Ooh, GG gets called. Bunny, he's shut down, and Creator, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. GG, well played. Very nice angles there from Creator. Really nice. Time and time again, whenever he engaged, there'd always be a flank or sometimes even a full surround as well. Was very meticulous with how he engaged with the all-in. Was able to catch reinforcements. And remember, the reason why there was an all-in, the DTs. The Dark Templar did force the all-in. He dealt critical damage early on. GG. GG, well played. With that, congratulations here to Creator as he does advance on to the next round. My condolences to Bunny as he was again forced into set all in. The map itself doesn't help, right? The map doesn't really help when it comes to that. It's a larger map of the map pool, longer rushes and spy ground. So Creator, he had plenty of time to prepare. Remember, once he saw the all-in coming, he was able to react, respond, throw down shield batteries, able to warp in extra units and get those Colossus up and running. And again, very nice control out of Creator as well to minimize losses, to maintain the Immortals, the Archons, and the Colossus as well for as long as he could. GG. GG, well played. So congratulations to Creator as he does claim the series. And let's catch up. Let's catch up on the bracket. Let's figure out how things are coming together here. First things first, we have ByuN. So ByuN took down Percival, Creator took down Bunny, and we have ByuN versus Creator in the upper semi-finals. Meanwhile, we have Cristiano still waiting for the winner of herO and Garrett. Here we go. Here you go. GG, well played. So ByuN and Creator, they are ready for us. I have confirmation as well. herO versus Geralt, they're mid-series. herO versus Geralt, they are currently mid-series. So we're going to let them, of course, continue with their matches, and we will be jumping into the upper semis. By the time we finish with ByuN versus Creator, I almost said Cristiano. With ByuN versus Creator, then the lower semis should be ready for us. So here we go. Semifinals. ByuN and Creator. So far, what I will say is really fast games. Both Cristiano versus Nickrat as well as Creator versus Bunny, they were really fast games, and not necessarily because of all-ins. That was the case here for game number 2, that is true, but in game 1, that wasn't the case. Remember, on Tokamak, both players were gearing up towards a longer game. The game just ended a little bit more abruptly. As Creator, he saw an opportunity, of course. So it's not like we've had nothing but all-ins, just games happening a little bit faster here. So really fast initial series. It's only been an hour. it's only been an hour. We're already in the semis. Here we go. And it's good that I bring that up just because ByuN is a very different kind of player. If you know anything about ByuN, I was kind of alluding to it previously when we were casting Mothership, but ByuN, he is a lot more defensive, he's a lot more passive in TVP. He's the kind of player that turtles up on 4 bases, maxes out, and does not attack until he maxes. That's how he approaches this matchup more often than not. Not all the time, like he has gone for some more decisive builds in the past, but they're again a little bit more rare nowadays. I guess it depends on the maps though, it depends on the veto process. We'll see. As Vitas are underway. Bunny's all in. Yes, yes. He pulled the boys. He was all in. All or nothing. No third CC behind it. No other tech. It's a little too early. Yeah, so far, so far. Here we go. So what I of ByuN's play stuff from ByuN. That's, yeah, again, like ByuN, he's very defensive. He's very, yeah. It's a little bit surprising, especially if you don't watch this matchup from ByuN, because ByuN is a lot more aggressive in the other matchups. In TVZ and in TVT, ByuN is very active, is very aggressive, is very in your face. Against Protoss, less so. But, oh, Vitas are done, and game 1 is going to be 10,000 feet. This is a map where aggression is favored, and we hope to see some aggression here. Here we go. As we're getting into our fresh series. Yeah, Vitas are done. I'm just making sure that ByuN everything's okay with ByuN, just because I know that he has another game that he has to play soon. For those that remember, there is a Team League Invitational, Team Tournament Invitational that's happening this week, and I think ByuN is playing one of his matches ahead of time. So just making sure that everything's all good. Do it don't clash. Any update on herO versus Geralt? They're currently mid-series. And we'll be casting the lower semis after this one anyway. So, Cristiano, you have some time. You have some time to yourself. You have some time to rest up. But herO and Geralt, they're currently in game. They are in game. here we go. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss. It is Creator. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our TVP. And again, welcome one and all to 10,000 feet. This is a TLMC 21 map. This is a rush map. Short rush distance by ground. Aggression is favored heavily here on this map. We do have these massive tumors scattered throughout the map that do open the map up over time. At around 750 is when these tumors do naturally expire and they do open the map up. Likewise, we have the center base, which is also very exposed to the center of the map thanks to this ravine, thanks to this cliff face. We have the triangular third base, which is a little bit more defendable, at least until it opens up with those tumors. First things first, ByuN comes in with the eBay block, but Creator does scout immediately. So nicely done here by Creator. He scouts, he shuts us down. Pylon is thrown down, and Creator, he can freely expand. Ideally, ByuN did want to force the unnatural natural. It's even more powerful here just because the other third base options are exposed outside of the triangular third, but it does take some time to really kind of set up for that, to mine through the patches and take that base. So a cheeky start out of ByuN. Behind this, going ranks into CC. And again, if ByuN were to be aggressive at all in this series, this would be the map for it. Would be the map for it. So we'll keep an eye on him. So now he's moving out to scout. There's that Reaper Cliff into the main. Shout out to Monster for sponsoring. Not us, but sponsoring the TLMC, the Team Liquid map contest. For those who are unaware, all the TLMC maps actually have Monster billboards all over the place. Monster Energy billboards, because they're a sponsor of the contest. See, we even have one back here as well. Let's go. Oh, the Monster Energy. Even he, Jesus, how many logos do they have? They're all over the place. We found at least 3 on each half of the map. At least 3. But you know, really cool of them to invest into StarCraft. We all do appreciate it. As ByuN breaks in, does manage to get 1 probe kill, not bad. Gets 1, didn't quite get into the main base. Oh, the scout is going to be denied. So he's a little bit in the dark as to the tech of choice. We know it's going to be a Twilight Council into Blink. ByuN is a little bit in the dark. The other question, of course, how many gateways? So far we have 3. So 3 gates set up here. Very safe play out of Creator, going for the safety robot as well. Meanwhile, ByuN opening up with a mine drop, and he's getting ready for his follow-up here. Tank production has begun. Tech lab on the starport. Shall see. ByuN does boost in. Into the natural so far. Ooh. Nice reaction. Nice reaction by Creator. He will lose 1 probe. ByuN doubles back. And ooh, barely does save the Widowmine. It's a nice save. Pulls away in time, and Creator is getting ready for the counterattack as he is going for not the Observer first, he's going for the Warp Prism. He's pushing. So he's going for his own counterattack. I will say that rotating between the third and natural in this map is going to be more awkward. So I don't know how accessible this map is really going to be to Blink aggression. We'll see. Just because of the terrain. As Creator, he does move out. Does take the linear third base. And Creator, he won't commit too hard here. He may warp in one more Stalker, but back at home, he's already working on his splash damage. Temple Archives is on the way. Drops into the main. Tank is in position. And he gets 2 SCVs. Oh, just 2. It's 2 SCV kills. ByuN, he does defend. He does hold. Working towards Stim. It's curious what the follow-up is going to be. It's going to be Raven Harass. And that game will slow down. Auto targets that get into the main. Ariser on ByuN to see if he throws down extra Raxes or a third TC. We'll see how hard he commits. Was this correctly monetize SC2 by making ads on the map? I don't think that's a thing, right? It's like, as in that sounds kind of crazy. Like I'm just picturing like Counter-Strike playing CS, like CS2. They have like a Pepsi ad in the on the map itself. That sounds kind of crazy. At the same time, though, I would imagine that's done in esports, right? I mean, sorry, that is done in esports when it comes to tournaments, at least. We have like the Hot 6 logo in the center, or the Mountain Dew logo. For tournaments, though, it's different. There we go. ByuN does push through the center. Creator, he will miss this entirely, by the way. He's out of position. He doesn't see. Ooh, as we unload outside of the main. I feel like ByuN could have been a little bit more aggressive with this. Gets a pylon. He's jumping in, going for the gateways. And Creator is racing all the way back. It's just racing all the way back in, completely out of position. The gateways are going to be going down. Deep Howerson's a nice charge. Okay. Denied. We'll lose the full medevac. But this is getting out of hand. 10 probes going down. Nice harassment here from ByuN, and ByuN, he's not done. He's going back in. And I wouldn't say this is game many damage, but this is slowing Creator down quite significantly here. Losing 2 gateways. Still no charge. No shot. Can he slide the Twilight Council? No shot. He's going for it. They're wearing quiet. Storm comes in from behind. Tanks are left on their own. Nice cleanup here by keep saying Cristiano. By Creator. Nice cleanup. Creator, he shuts down the main army. ByuN, he does barely get into the mineral line. 3 probes. And Creator holds. Creator, he does hold on. Here comes the counterattack. Now, thankfully for ByuN, he has yet to expand, so honestly, he's not really too exposed back at home. Ooh, as he will lose a full medevac. Medevac goes down. Creator, he does want to push. Behind this, ByuN, he's still on 2 bases. Has not taken his third. He's not landed his third base, I should say. And ByuN is turtling up. He's turtling up here on 2 bases. He's got his bunker. Mine just going off. Decent connections. But here come the storms, and storms, they will zone away. He's back the army. Creator, can he break through? Again, there's no tanks behind this. The boys are being pulled. There's still more storms. Oh my god. Brutal storms on the SCVs. And Creator, he will overwhelm. He'll overwhelm. GG gets called, and Creator takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. ByuN, he just barely had anything to defend back at home. He had a couple of Marines, a couple of Marauders. He just lost too much in his assault. Yes, he was harassing nicely, killing some probes, killing some production, but he lost 3 tanks. He lost 3 tanks and the entirety of the ByuN army. He lost far too much across the map, and back at home, he just again barely had an army. He had a bunker, he had a couple of Marines, a couple of Marauders. Was not enough. Was nowhere near enough. GG. GG, well played. With that, Creator takes the lead, and now we're getting into game number 2. This is also the map working against ByuN. Because the map is so small, the counterattack hit even faster than I'm sure ByuN is used to. So it did hit even faster, and we go from one of the smaller maps of the map pool to one of the larger maps. Up next, we are loading into Mothership. Oh boy. Okay. Well then. Hope you're ready for an hour-long game. Hope you... I still have PTSD from the last time that ByuN was on this map. Still very much so. We were stuck in here for an hour with ByuN just looking at herO. Oh god. Dark times, dark times. If you missed it, I do recommend the VODs of watching ByuN versus herO on Mothership. It was from like 2 weeks ago. But here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Mothership, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Blue Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss. It is Creator. Yo, and shout out to Mondo in the chat. Yeah, papi, got este Mondo. Annyeong haseyo, papi. Annyeong haseyo. It's been too long, Mondo. Good to see you. Good to see you. Este Mondo. Hope you've been doing well. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've been enjoying your runs. I know that Mondo has been posting a little bit on social media. Running like marathons. Touching grass. Crazy, crazy. Este Mondo. Much love, papi. Much love. I guess ByuN's PTSD gave everyone PTSD 100%. 100%. No. Never looking at Mothership the same again. For now, CC first. So CC first out of ByuN, and you can get away with this on Mothership just because, remember, 1, it's a very large map, 2, 3-player spawn as well, so the likelihood of your opponent punishing you is very low. Likewise, Creator, gate expand before Cybercore, so a more economic opener here by Creator, a little bit greedy, and of course a greedy start by ByuN as well. So we expect a lot of greed, we expect players to cut corners. We could even see ByuN rush into a faster 3rd CC as well. Go. Mondo, please come back. Yes, yes, come back. I won marathon sub 3 hours. Oh my god. 2 hour 2:59. That's crazy. It's crazy. For those who don't know, Mondo, he was a Korean Zerg player. He was an up-and-coming Zerg player on Team NV. That's why he's NV Mondo. And yeah, Mondo, he even was helping to organize events at the time as well, and was an active player. And Mondo, he was meant to be the next Zerg Bonjwa, papi. He was meant to be the next Dark. And then he decided to get healthy and get fit and go for marathons. and do well. But I hope you're doing well, Mondo. Hope you're doing well. Este Mondo. Good to hear, Pat. Good to hear. One day we'll get him back. We'll get him back. For now, Twilight Council opener out of Creator, getting into Blink. ByuN will take his natural. Did have Creator, of course, scouting for the location for ByuN. We'll eventually find him. It's really out. As ByuN is going for his turn, he's setting up for his turn 3-1-1 setup. Early tank production out of ByuN. Interesting. With this, we can go for an early push. So I believe ByuN is going to be going for an early tank drop. Medevac waiting for the tank, then moving out with everything. A very aggressive and assertive start here for ByuN after the greedy opener. Creator, who's rushing into a third base. So 2-gate. Yeah, 2-gate blink into a third. A very greedy follow-up here by Creator. And ByuN is moving up, but he's actually not dropping with his tank. Okay. He will leave his tank back at home. Just going for the Cyclone drop, not as committed, not as aggressive. So he's just poking in. And we'll see if he can punish Creator. Stalker's already in the main. They will shut down the Medevac. Oh my god, barely not. Medevac does get away. Does he get the Cyclone? Yeah, Cyclone goes down. Medevac is zoned away, and ByuN, he will lose the drop. And he will get one Stalker. So one Stalker for... Oh, sorry, two Stalkers. Two Stalkers for a Cyclone and two Marines. It's an okay trade for ByuN. Ideally, he did want something more. It could have been worse. Choose life, choose running, choose a career. No, I choose StarCraft. Ah, no. True. Oh. As Creator's building up towards his fourth. Just getting fully saturated, getting into a charge heavy composition. ByuN to move out is spotted. Creator is aware. So nice scouting at the Creator. And we need those warpins. Needs to get ready. Charge will be done in time for this push. Nice control. Gets another Marine. Every little bit counts. Ooh. As Creator here extends, bit of miscontrol. He'll lose all three Stalkers. All three Stalkers do go down. ByuN is pushing in. And Creator is getting ready to flank. Charge is complete. But does he have enough? A little bit too soon. Yeah, he goes too soon. Zell's going to be going down, but the Stalkers do arrive, and he holds. Yeah, he cleans up the tank, and Creator, he shuts down the push. ByuN expanding towards Creator. Bold move. Does expand towards the Protoss. Okay. Let's go. Ghost Academy's on the way. And again, we should be slowing things down here. I say slowing things down. ByuN, we spoke about the exposer. That is a brutal cancellation. Oh my god. It was almost done as well. Heavy delay on the third base. That's the salt feels good, man, for Creator. That's ay. And now we see, yeah, ByuN, he now goes for the third base in his main to take at the triangular third location. A much safer third base for ByuN. Again, it was bold to expand towards Creator, especially after losing his army. And Creator, he has a very comfortable lead. Very comfortable. He's going to be able to saturate on 4 bases and look to max out. Right now, there's a lot of pressure on ByuN. ByuN, he does have plenty of medevacs. He can go for some drop play. I would say at this point, he kind of has to. He can't just stay at home. Speaking of, drop moves out. Creator, I mean, there is going to be an opportunity for him because of the drop moving out. There's really not much of an army here. He's got 2 tanks a little bit further back. This Creator's holding onto their storms. ByuN does find the 4th. Okay. Creator's out of position, forcing a recall. He loses every single probe. And this is a nice start for ByuN. Like, ByuN is behind, 100%. Like, I don't want to sugarcoat this, but ByuN is in a really rough position. So nice start, get 6 probes, does force the recall. Recall's down on cooldown, and we need more moves like this. Draw play, counterattacks, anything to delay this. This creator is pushing in. And creator's moving in. He's headed for the third base. Ooh, brutal storm. Zell say don't get on top of the army though. Okay. But they do get into the mineral line. Getting 11 SCV kills. 12 SCVs even, and so far this is worth it for Creator. You could argue that Creator, he did lose a lot of army units to actually make that happen, that is true, but remember, Creator already has the economic lead. He can afford to trade inefficiently. Can't afford it. And this time he wants the tanks. Storms back the ByuN. Tanks are going to be going down. Brutal storm. Storm in the main army. Do you have a flank? Okay. Job comes into flank. But ByuN can't hold on. Yeah, his army is heavily overstimmed. I mean, I say overstimmed, it's softened up by the storm as well. True. Zell say peel off into the mineral line. More SCV is going to be going down. And ByuN just cannot keep up. Not like this. Trades well against the Stalkers. Colossus rallies in, catching out the Ghosts. There's 2 Ghosts left. And again, what's terrifying is that behind this Creator, he's still up in workers, still up in bases. Not as ahead to workers as he should be. Colossus goes down. But the Zelts get in. Zelts get in. There's 9 more mining. Rally another Colossus. The boys are being pulled. Oh god. And so many workers are going out. 23 SCV kills. Oh god. 26. And sure, he gets a Colossus, but Creator, he's fine, Bob. He's getting a 5th expansion. Jesus, the Mule Hammer. Oh my god. The Mule here at the 3rd. I mean, thanks to the mules, ByuN is going to be able to hang in there. Creator behind this, just rebuilding. Again, these were messy fights. I don't want to take away from that. These were messy fights for Creator 100%, but ByuN still has a lot of recovering to do. Stalkers, they poke in. They get more SCVs. They deny more mining. And even though ByuN, he's known for turtling in this matchup and known for securing his 4 bases and maxing out, unfortunately, he's just had a really shaky road to get there. The early push, losing the tanks, losing the ByuN army, losing momentum early on, did kind of, that was the first domino falling in favor of Creator. It means that ByuN just hasn't had the time in the room to stabilize. He's being given it now, but Creator can kind of take that, use that to his advantage here. How many robos do we have? 2. So 2 robos up and running. Creator, he can soon start to shut the production. How many Vikings? 3. Yeah, only 3 Vikings. The anti-air just isn't quite there. Getting an extra wave of Vikings, okay. The Viking count is slowly building up. And we're just diving in, we're diving in. The Vikings doing what they can. They get 1 Colossus, I believe. 1? There we go. 1 Colossus goes down, but only 1. As Creator, he brings levels out of control. GG gets caught, and Creator, he will take the series 2-0, knocking ByuN out of the tournament and being the first to make it to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Creator as he does claim the series. A very impressive showing here by Creator. Again, game 1 was ByuN. I mean, game 1 and game 2 actually, I will say. ByuN, he was overly aggressive. In game 1, we saw that ByuN, he pushed with his tanks. He was a little bit conservative with his tank positioning, and he was applying pressure to the production. He was delaying charge, of course, but he got completely surrounded. He lost everything, and everything just snowballed out of control in favor of Creator in game 1. I'm referring to the moment when he lost 3 tanks. He lost 3 tanks and his main army across the map. Here in game 2, we saw something similar, where ByuN went for an early tank push. He got cleaned up, he got shut down, he got flanked, of course, and after losing that army, like, everything just kind of snowballed out of control. I'm going to say that wasn't the worst part. What was brutal, of course, what really cemented things, the third. Remember, right after that happened, ByuN was getting his third at the forward location. It was almost done, and it was denied. And that just gave Creator just so much breathing room, having such a massive economic advantage, as ByuN's third base was heavily delayed. So he was just playing from behind from that moment. GG. GG, well played. So again, some brutal losses there from ByuN did kind of compound to the point where Creator just snowballed out of control. But now we're getting into our next set of matches. Here we go. So GG, well played. With that, Creator, he does advance on to the grand finals, and we are getting ready for our next set of matches. We're heading over to the America server as we have some results coming in. We do have confirmation. herO versus Geralt did wrap up, but we have the results coming in, and there's a reason why they took a little bit longer. They went to the ace match. They did go to the ace match. herO versus Geralt, they went all the way to game number 3, and herO did take down Geralt 2-1 to advance onto the semis. So shout out to Geralt for taking a map over here, for making a series out of that. But of course, we are now focusing on our next series, purely PvPs from here on forward. We do have Cristiano versus herO into Creator. Let's go. Let us go. The non-stop PvP is back. So just setting the players up. Beautiful. And getting our matches ready. But yeah, really solid play here by Creator. He 2-0s Bunny, he 2-0s ByuN, and now he has some time. He has some time to himself here, some time waiting for his next opponent. Vetoes are done, and we are jumping into our fresh series. Game 1 is going to be on Tuna Cup. Sparkling Cristiano Cup, true. Oh god. Well, the team games we casted later here. We will be casting those team game matches, but not today. It will be casted here in English, but will be casted most likely in around 24 hours time. The event is being live casted on the Chijik platform, which is a Korean platform. So we'll be doing a replay cast afterwards on Twitch. But here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Offside Esports. It is Cristiano. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Let's go. So we don't have English today. From my understanding, no. Technically, we could cast it live. We've done that in the past, but the problem with casting Chijik events live is that we get very little viewership, like, because so few English people, or I should say English viewers, actually go to the Chijik platform to look for streams and to look for casts. So it's not really worth it for us. So we are more than happy to just cover it via replays afterwards. Didn't you have a Chijik account? Yes, we did. Did have one. We can't cast on Twitch. It cannot be casted live on Twitch. Not live. But here we go. Here we go. We're getting to our PvP, and herO immediately does hide a second pylon. Okay. 2 gate open out of herO, 2 gate open out of Cristiano. herO does spice things up with a hidden pylon. But as you can see here, it is a fake proxy pylon. It's going to be up to Cristiano to confirm what's going on, to get a read on what exactly is happening. He does go into the main base. Cristiano, he will confirm that a pylon is nowhere to be found. He will confirm that something is wrong, but whether it's real or fake, yet to be determined. As Cristiano does scout here on the right hand side, looking for the proxy. Cristiano, he is searching. Behind this, Cristiano, he sets up all 3 pylons in the main. This is indicative that he believes it's a proxy robo, so the mind games are working. The mind games are working. It means that the low ground setup is going to be delayed for Cristiano, whereas herO, he can just chill and expand. herO pokes in. Cristiano will zone away. herO, he's going to be the first to expand, and Cristiano, he will as well, a little bit more delayed. There it is. Base is on the way. Has to get ready with another pylon on the low ground to get that shield battery up and running. And so far, we're getting into the mid game here. We're getting into our economic starts, but again, Cristiano, he's in a slightly worse position. I mean, not really, just slightly. Taking up into the Wild Council, hallucination across the map. Will confirm the expand. So now he confirms that, okay, we're calming down, building up. So we'll be able to saturate our natural bases. Cristiano does have that slight worker lead. True. Oh, hello. Cristiano, he does move out early on, and this is a really solid timing here for Cristiano. If you notice, he did warp in 3 sentries, and he has not been scouting with hallucinations. He has force fields. Yeah, speaking of, does get 1. Does catch 1 stalker. This early on, there's no blink. This early on, force fields, they can dominate a fight. It goes both ways. herO, he has his own. Adepts, they commit to the shade. Shading into the natural. Getting 2 pro kills so far. And as all this is happening, what do we have out of herO? Dark Shrine. We have the proxy Dark Shrine across the map. And Cristiano, he currently has 0 detection. He's now getting his robo here on 2 bases, but again, it is going to be delayed. And we'll see what hits first. As herO is expanding. Claiming his 3rd. Cristiano also setting up. Setting up first 3rd base. Nice catch on the Adepts. And nice catch. Hallucination moves out, and oh, he sees at least the gateway. So where the gateway at least? DTs are warping in. Robo is just now finishing. Ooh, herO scouts. Yeah, here he sees the robo. He pulls away. And pulls away with the Dark Templar. Nice reaction. Howland gets shut down. As this army's out of position, DTs, they do slip into the bases. Detection is in position. Cristiano, he does defend. Cristiano, he holds, he defends, he deflects the initial Dark Templar. Here he's caught up in the worker count. Oh. Cristiano, he does catch the 2nd DT. At the same time, another one did hit the natural. 9 probe kills. Oh, this is getting out of hand. 9 probes going down. Nicely done here by herO. So even though there was detection, even though the proxy was cleaned up, DTs are still dealt damage. The power of the invisible vent is pretty good. It's pretty good. hero's building up back at home. Cristiano, he's pressured to push as he's behind economically. And we'll see what he can get done. The army supplies are, I mean, quite similar. Cristiano picks in. He picks in. Greater concave for Cristiano, but he's pushing into a shield battery. Of course, herO has a defender's advantage. He has faster reinforcements. When herO does punish. Catching out, what, 2 stalkers and a sentry. Better trades for herO. And you can see that supply lead now edging closer for herO. He's up in upgrades, he has charge. Cristiano, his own is soon to kick in. Cristiano looks like he will strike first. He already has zealots ready. And the charges have been amassing. herO, he won't have defensive archons. True. No defensive archons. Cristiano, his head is towards the third base. herO's out of position. And +1. And +1 armor is going to be denied. Nice pickup. Nice +1. herO coming in from behind. A bit of an awkward angle for herO. Takes down a couple of zealots. But herO gets the guy back. Cristiano, he's going for it. Oh. He's committing. Again, Cristiano, he has 21 zealots. He has an insane zealot army. Just going further in. Staying on a low gas count. And Cristiano looks like he can break through. Yeah, he can break through. Just with mass zealots. We spoke about it earlier, but no archons, right? herO, he had no archons ready. Temple Archives did finish, but he never got to warp in. Never got to warp in, and Cristiano, he will break the third. He'll get into the mineral line. 20 probes going to be going down, and herO just cannot stop this. He cannot stop the main army. Este Cristiano. Breaks through, 21 probe kills. And he has broken herO. GG gets called. Cristiano, he takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Cristiano staying on a low gas count, focusing and fixating on zealot warp-ins. Again, he had late charge, but he had, what, 21 zealots ready for that fight. Unfortunately, herO, he did decide to delay his Templar Archives. His Templar Archives was delayed. He did have it towards the end of the game, but he never had the opportunity to warp in any Archons to get any kind of splash damage ready for that. GG. Also didn't help that he was out of position, right? He was out of position. herO was on the right-hand side, and Cristiano was able to dive on that third base and able to take a better position with that. GG. GG, well played. Low worker count? Yes. He stayed on lower worker counts. He also didn't need as many workers because remember, he took less gases. He was on a very low gas count. Here we go. As we are getting into game number 2, as we're going to be loading into 10,000 feet. Ladder Legends coach doing bits. Let's go. As I believe Cristiano is a part of Ladder Legends. True. And here we go. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing T1 down in the series. We'll see if we can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Offside Esports. It is Cristiano. Go. Cristiano sometimes plays like a top 3 pros. I mean, Cristiano, he can be a very terrifying player for sure. Would I say his best matchup is PvP? Like, he has taken some big names in PvP before. He does have a very aggressive style. He's very fond of what we just saw. He's very fond of going for these really committed charge timings. The problem with it, of course, is that if his opponent is aware of that, if they're ready for that, if they're being more defensive, then Cristiano would just be outscaled as the game progresses. We've seen that before as well. So it's quite a committed way of playing. It's quite committed. But so far so good. Meanwhile, 2-gate opener out of Cristiano, 2-gate opener out of herO. Alex says his best matchup is PvZ. That's interesting. Cristiano, when it comes to his PvZ, I mean, if you remember, he was one of the many Protoss players like Geralt, like Skillus, like Max Hector a little bit, that was very fond of going for the delayed Storm opener. This was like, what, at the start of the year, at the end of last year? Going into delayed Archon drop, sorry, that's a better way of putting it, into delayed Archon drop, into this like charge Immortal Storm heavy style. He was very fond of that for a bit. In recent times, I'll be honest, I haven't really seen much of his PvZ, just because he rarely has Protoss opponents. I mean, you can see it in this tournament, right? Like, it's very rare to see Cristiano against Protoss in tournaments nowadays. So I don't really have as much to speak on in recent times. Like over the past couple of months, I mean. The Immortal Archon aim move composition. That's one way of putting it, but that's what he was very fond of, at least last year. For now, herO, he does open up with a very Jesus, he's going for a fast robo. He's setting up with 3 gateways. Back at home, he's going for 1 base all in. So 1 base all in out of herO, no proxy, but he will throw down across the map, setting up for the pylon, setting up to reinforce. Ooh, and Cristiano gets caught out. He gets caught out in the center. Adepts, did commit, and head on fire. These Stalkers, they will come in on top. Does trade 1 for 1 for the time being, but a second Adept goes down. And Cristiano, he's expanding. Ooh, he's expanding. He's going to have to make a low ground defense. And herO is doubling down. Cristiano, did he scout? He did see the second pylon, but he did not see the follow-up. Yeah, the fake pylon. The pylon at the natural base was meant to sell the idea that herO was expanding, and Cristiano, he took the bait. He took the bait, papi. From here, he does dive on the Stalker once again, but he gets punished by the reinforcements. More Stalkers are rallying in. Remember, herO's all in, and Cristiano was not fully aware. And herO snowballing eye control, takes down the Stalkers, takes down the Adepts. And Cristiano, this is the army. 2 Adepts, down to 1 Adept remaining. And herO, he breaks on through, winding it back. One of the reasons why Cristiano thought he was safe, if you remember, was seeing this pylon. Seeing a low ground pylon like this, it screams that you want to expand, that you want to take your natural base. So Cristiano believed that he was safe, when really he was anything but. As herO, he had a robo, 3rd gateway in the main base. And herO, he has done it. He has done it. He has broken Cristiano. Cleans up all the probes. I mean, probes at this point don't really matter as much, but there's only 3 Stalkers left. GG gets called, and herO ties up the series. We are going to the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. We're going all the way to game 3. Again, very intense game 2 here. Again, Cristiano, he was caught with his pants down. He was not fully aware of what herO was up to. And he was blindsided by the all-in. And now we're getting into the ace match. Here we go. So we are getting into the ace match here. Going to be loading into Magnetic North. we go. Magnetic North being another aggressive map as well. Nowhere near as much as 10,000 feet. Nowhere near as much. But has a shorter rush distance by ground, has a more exposed third base. We'll get into it. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Magnetic North, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss representing Team T1, tying up the series and forcing the ace match. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Red Protoss player, the Red Protoss himself from Atlanta, Poland, representing Offside Esports, being forced into the ace match. It is Christiana. Setting up on the low ground. Oh, of course, we have a ramp. We have a ramp coming into the natural. This is one of the unique features of Magnetic North. I still have to get used to it myself, but on this map, it is very common to go for the low ground setup here, the low ground wall-off, because of that added ramp. The defensive position here is even greater, so all-ins are weaker on this map. As a result, we can go for greedier builds, we can go for faster bases, or even faster tech. Sorry, when I say faster tech, I mean Stargate openers. So we'll see if our players are able to block each other's expansions and force out those Stargates. The role of herO's probe and the role of Christiana's probe should be to block the expansion, to block the natural, and delay the nexus. So the probes are on patrol. Cyber cores are being thrown down. Ooh, as herO, he's actually idle in the main. Okay. Yeah, not too concerned with blocking the expand. Zealot production has begun. Ideally, you want to cancel the Zealots if there is no pylon, but you need it if there is one. Yeah, so probes are patrolling, and Zealot is forced out, so there's a nexus for herO. And herO did cancel, so herO, he has a more efficient start. He gets the base, he cancels the Zealot. herO takes an economic lead. And Christiana, he does go Stargate first. Okay. That's what we were waiting for. That does still pylon block. But now suddenly the pressure is on Christiana. The pressure is very much on Christiana here. The goal for Christiana is now to get some economic damage done, to get across the map, to make up for his late expansion, as herO's is already halfway complete. So the pressure is on Christiana. He's now moving out. Here he's going for his own Stargate as a response. Christiana should be opening up Oracle. herO can open up Phoenix. Oh boy. Here we go. We're hoping to get new ladder maps this week. No, it was always from even a couple of months ago at the beginning of the year, when it was transparent when the next TLMC would take place, that the next map pool should be November. That's been known for quite a number of months now, that the map pool was always going to be in November. When in November, I can't quite confirm. So far we catch out the Stalkers. Yeah, nice force field. Stalker goes down, Zealot goes down, Oracle is on the way. Oh, but my apologies. Unless the season ends this week, if that's what you mean. I think there are dates for when the season ends and when the new one begins, right? I think the idea is that the map pool goes live with the new season. I think there are dates on that. As Christiana, he moves in with his two Oracles. As you mentioned, herO, he did go Phoenix first, and he will catch out the Oracles. He recalls, he doesn't save it. Oh, and just a really rough start for Christiana. Late expansion into early tech. The tech didn't really achieve anything. The second Oracle is still active, thankfully. Still has a chance to head into the natural, but Stalkers are waiting. Stalkers are ready. And if Christiana gets no damage on with this Oracle, then he will fall behind. He will stay behind. Gets one. Gets one probe. Late reaction out of herO, but only one probe goes down. Heads into the main. Shield battery is ready. And the Oracle gets no extra damage. Oh, okay, gets 2, gets 3. 3 probes. This is okay damage, but 3 probes, like, that is not good enough. Not for 2 oracles and a Stargate. And the final oracle goes down. Here he maintains map control. He retains his Phoenixes, of course. He has that tech advantage, that army advantage. And the pressure is still on Cristiano. Here he does pull back, claiming his third. With that, we're just calming down. We're calming down, we're building up. We do have herO claim, or getting into charge. Charge now on the way. We have upgrades on the horizon here for Cristiano, getting to his forge. And we'll see where our players do kind of how they tech up. See how we tech up. We did mention last game how Cristiano, he is very fond of going for a very, very light kind of gas style and a very heavy Zealot composition. We'll see if that's going to be the case here as well. Charge is on the way. We have our faster prism for herO. So with that prism, herO, he can be the first to push out. He can apply pressure. And what's scaring me here is that herO, he has not good enough forge at all. Still no forge. And hero's pushing. He's moving out with everything he has. We spoke earlier how the rush distance by ground on this map is quite short. Not as short as 10,000 feet, but short nonetheless. And here he's pushing with everything he has. Adepts shade into the natural. Do we have a defensive warp in? We do. Yeah, defensive warp in here to defend. Adepts are being dealt with. Here he pushes in. Charge is still going to get done for Cristiano, and he's going to be broken here. Boys are being pulled, Cristiano getting desperate, and again, it was just a really rough start for Cristiano, and he was playing from behind with the later expansion, with the investment into the Stargate, and with that herO, he will break this third. Takes down the Zealots, the cannon. Once again, the boys are doing what they can. There's, what, 5 Stalkers left on the ground. Ay, ay, ay. And with that War Prism, we just reinforced. GG gets called. herO, he will break the third base, and herO will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played herO, he will take it. Shout out to Cristiano for forcing the ace match, but again, it was just a really shaky final game here for Cristiano. From the beginning, again, it was just unfortunate that he was playing from a deficit. There was always potential with the Stargate into Oracle, but because he was scouted, he was ready for it, right? He had a shield battery at the natural, shield battery in the main base, had his own responsive Phoenixes, and herO, he just took his lead and ran with it. GG. GG, well played. Solid play there by herO, and shout out to Cristiano for making it this far in the tournament as we are getting ready for the grand finals. Here we go. We're getting ready for those finals. GG, well played. As we're heading over to the Korean server here, as we have our top 2 players, we have a Creator and herO. Shout out to the Polish Protosses, by the way. Both Geralt and Cristiano, they did make herO sweat in his respective series. Fun fact, herO has played nothing but PvP today. It's pure PvP for herO against Geralt, against Cristiano, and now against Creator in the finals as well. Meanwhile, Creator playing his first PvP of the broadcast, as he has made his way to the finals through a different matchup, through PvT instead. Oh boy, so we'll see if herO is warmed up, and we'll see if Creator is ready for the chaos that is herO. Let's go. Let us go. Vetoes are going to be underway. For now, we're going to be going on a short break as we get ready, as the players get ready for that best of 5 grand finals. Let's go. Let us go. November 3rd is end of season. Ah, okay. So it's end of season, and then there's like a week like interim before the next season begins. So yeah, it's all good. No rush. Just have faith, of course. I mean, it's been known for quite some time that new map pool coming in November. Whether it's early or mid-November, yet to be determined. Wax is typically very transparent with like the process in which that unfolds, and with upcoming map pools as well. But otherwise, we're going to be going on that break, so take this time to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, drainage disruptors, massage your marines, and we'll see you soon in that grand finals. See you soon, Pat. See you soon. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the grand finals, those grand finales here of the Sparkling Tuna Cup 2025 October finals. It's been a honestly pretty fast broadcast. We're here in the finals. It's only been 2 hours and 20 minutes. It has not been long at all. So again, just really fast games. Actually, if you remember, I emphasized that at the beginning of the broadcast when the quarterfinals completed. I was like, yo, we got some fast games today. And yeah, it does continue here. And now we're here in the grand finals. And who is going to be our champion this month? As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the reigning September finals champion. Representing Team T1, it is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss, fighting his way quite hard actually through non-stop Terrans, but now facing off against a Protoss player. It is a creator. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into RPVP. Let's go. As now, 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener out of herO. Likewise, 2-gate opener out of creator as well. We have our initial 2-gate openers. With this, everything's looking normal so far. We're looking for the placement of that second pylon, though. Does anyone hide their pylon, or do we play standard from here? Bearing in mind, welcome to 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet is a rush map, a very short rush distance by ground, very aggressive map in the map pool. So even if you set up standard back at home, you can still turn this into a one-base all-in. If you remember, we saw this out of herO in Game 2 against Cristiano, where the pylon was in the main, but he still went for the robo, still went for the gateway, still went for a one-base all-in, without even a proxy. I mean, he had a reinforcing pylon, but just rallied across the map for the most part. Just went for that rally. So there's something to bear in mind. That is something that is viable here on 10,000 feet. For now, double Stalker. So double Stalker opener out of herO. Creator opening up Sentry Expand. Okay. Very greedy build here by Creator. Oh, no, and hero's doing it. Oh, no. Okay. A lot's happening right now. First things first, Creator, he skipped his second unit. He was greedy. He skipped his second gateway unit in favor of a faster Nexus, so very, very greedy build here by Creator. The scary thing about this is that herO is going for a robo opener into what I believe is going to be a one-base all-in. Yep, there it is. Third gateway. Third gateway. One base all-in at a herO. The probe is patrolling. This is just for looks. This is just for show, right? Just for show, just to fake out, just to make it look like he's expanding. Yep, you can see the probe leaves. He never planned on expanding. So one base all-in at a herO, and Creator's being quite greedy. So far, this is lining up for the red Protoss. It is lining up for herO. herO does rally. Hallucination being sent across the map. Here comes the interception. Oh no! And the hallucination will not make it through. Wow, will be denied. Oh my god. Barely survives. One shot away from going down. herO. Oh no! Does he get it? He doesn't. Oh my god. Barely doesn't by the scouts, and we get in. We get in. We see the third gateway, the robo. Creator knows. Creator, he knows instantly. He responds with a robo, but this is a very late robo. Late scouts, a late reaction, late realization, but also greedy build to begin with. It's going to be a tough hold. Not impossible, but it's going to be a tough hold here for Creator. He's throwing down a wall of shield batteries. We have 3 shield batteries on the way, 2 on the way, 1 already done. Creator, he needs time. He needs time. No, I'm loving the hallucinations. Trying to tank some shots. More Stalkers are on the way. Prism has arrived. Here he has a massive Stalker lead. But he's pushing into now 3 shield batteries. Oh. There we go. Tanks a shot. Tanks a volley. Volley gets tanked. Ooh, a real Stalker gets targeted though. Shield battery will maintain. Nice control out of herO. Does preserve his army. And nice control. Nice Jelly. Doesn't lose a single Stalker. Not yet, but they're getting low. Oh my god. They're getting very low here. But once again, here he does kite back. The defensive immortal has arrived, and as time goes on, Creator is getting better and better for the defensive Protoss. Yeah, so many Stalkers go down, bit of miscontrol out of herO, and Creator holds. Wow, Creator, he holds. He shuts this down. Again, 3 shield batteries, they were enough. The hallucinated Stalkers as well. They did tank one of the volleys, and herO, he's running out of steam. He's running out of steam. He's running out of forces here. The longer this goes on, the better it is for Creator, as Creator didn't even have to pull the boys. Didn't even have to pull the boys. His probe count is very healthy. And this is looking worse and worse for herO. It ends up shade into the main. Goes for the mineral line. Does go for the mineral. Oh, the Prism! Oh my god. Prism almost goes down. And Prism gets low. Prism is turned away. And here he has to abandon the Stalkers. Saves 2. Barely saves 2. Whew, at the same time, it ups they get into the natural mineral line. 4 probes have fallen, but Creator still maintains a worker lead, and herO, his base is only just now being thrown down. Very late natural for herO. And Creator looking solid, looking very solid, looking very secure. Again, here he just wasn't able to hit before those shield barriers were done. Took a little bit too long to push in. And how do you bounce back? We go for the Hail Mary play. Disruptors. Disruptor production has begun. We have our first disruptor. With some well-placed Novas, can herO recover in this game? He's going to need multiple, to be honest. Multiple Novas. But hey, if he can land them. So far, it gets into the middle line. 5 probe kills. Playing with fire, the Prism barely escapes. Barely gets away. Same time, Creator dropping into the main. Gets into the middle line, never goes up. Creator now is aware of the disruptors. He knows. He knows what to look out for. Again, herO, can he pull this off? Going into prison speed? Gravitic Drive is on the way. No shot. As Novas, they get one of the Stalkers at least. Get a Stalker. Creator rallying in. Nice save. Nice save. Immortals able to pull back. Catching out one of the disruptors. The Prism is going to be denied though. Okay, herO trying to make a stand, but the numbers just aren't there. Yeah, the numbers are just not there for herO. Down to 3 Stalkers. Ooh, oh my god, the Nova does connect. Jesus, that was a brutal connection. But at the same time, Creator gets into the main base, and herO, he can't afford to lose these probes. It's going to be 13 probes going down. Oh, let's catch on the War Prism. Here he does commit. Now here he survives, right? He somehow survives. I mean, hey, the disruptor did kind of pay for itself. At least one of them did. You were going for his own counterattack, and we'll see if he can deal some equivalent damage here. Gets into the main. What Creator's been backing up those faces. You'd have to say you don't get much done. And Creator still has a terrifying main army with 3 Immortals, with Mass Phoenix. And it's impressive that herO has been able to hang in there. But he's still just hanging in. So he's hanging in there, doing what he can. He's holding on back. As hero's throwing this into, I mean, he's been all in the entire game. He's doubling down, throwing down 2 more gateways. herO, he's not going to expand and try to macro out of this. The goal is that hopefully Creator is too greedy. Hopefully Creator, he invests too heavily into his 3rd base, and then maybe herO can pull this off. But the armies, they pass by each other, and okay, we're going for the base trade. Let's go. Let's go. herO does hit the third, and creator is pushing into the natural. Oh no, probes, no! As herO tries to evacuate, and he will not get away. Yeah, he doesn't get out. He does not get out. Here he tries to, but he's running into the Archon. Oh my god, barely makes it through. At the same time, creator also pulls the boys. Does pull the boys. Natural has fallen. herO, he does not get out. So 0 probes on the map for herO. At the same time, creator, he also doesn't really. Oh no, never mind. He has 3. He has 3 probes. Creator, he escapes. He can throw down a Nexus. He has the money for it. And the creator, he might just win via elimination. There's the recall. Okay, does recall back home. Creator getting in position. So army still not quite here. He's getting locked in. It's locked into the main. But creator, he can still take this fight. He can still lift the immortals. He can dive on the prism. Prism goes down. Immortals lifted. And here he has nothing left. GG gets called. Creator, he will take game number 1. He'll take a lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, the guy, it was a crazy game here from both herO and creator. herO committing to the 1-base all-in. As soon as it failed, that was pretty much game then and there, which is why it was impressive that herO, as we kind of phrased it during the game itself, he was able to hang in there for quite some time, but he never really had a lead. He never really had momentum. He was just treading water. He was treading water the entire time. Couldn't quite recover. There was maybe some potential with the base trade, but creator still had the superior army, and GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game 2. We're going to be loading into Tokamak. We go from one of the smallest maps in the map pool to one of the largest. Here we go, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the red Protoss player from South Korea representing T1. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is a herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player. The blue Protoss, also from South Korea, leading the series 1-0. It is a creator. We go. Winding it back, if you remember last game, herO went for a 1-base all-in. He went for a 1-base all-in, but from back at home. He did not have a proxy on the map. It was not that kind of all-in. And herO took a little bit too long. Thankfully, creator did scout. If you remember, there was a really pivotal moment when creator was going out with the hallucination, where he almost lost it. The hallucination was 1 stalker shot away from going down, and herO barely wasn't able to deny the scouts. As soon as creator saw what was happening, he reacted with a robo and with two more shield batteries. So he got 3 shield batteries in total, got the robo up and running, got his immortal out, and once the immortal arrived, that was game. Well, that was the defense. The defense was successful. herO, of course, he followed it up with the Disruptor follow-up, and that allowed him to survive again. True. Did allow him to survive the push. But was perpetually behind. Now we're getting into that second game. For now, we have mirrored builds. So for now, we have our 2 gate openers. Both players just scouting each other. Also be true, PvP unwinnable back. Unwinnable. It is known. Exclamation mark bunny cam. Ah. Feels bunny cam. Yes, we had bunny cam for like a week. And then there is not anymore. But I'm working on it. Fun fact, technically the bunny cam is kind of working, but it's like a slideshow. I have dried it, I've charged it up, and it's like 1 frame every like 20 seconds sort of thing. So it's you know, it's on live support is what I'm getting at. Hanging on by a thread. But now though, again, we have our openers. So far, no proxy, no shenanigans. For the first time this series, we're getting into our natural bases at a standard timing. Let's go. So 2 gate opener into expand, and both players taking up into a Twilight Council. Both players are taking. Time to get a water resistant GoPro. No, I think the camera's fine. I just need something to strap it down to. I think I've said this before. I just need like a tripod, like a little tripod. That's all I need. So it won't be prone to falling. Meanwhile, Blink is going to be on the way. Both players expanding. So far, so good. Was always 1 frame per minute? No. I just mean in the future. I don't need like a GoPro. I don't need a camera that's able to resist, you know, like the wilderness of the outback. Like I don't need like a hyper resistant camera, you know. It's fine. Just needs to lock it down, back. Lock it down. But yeah, we're kind of settling in. From our initial standard economic opener, we're now taking our 3rd bases. So this is kind of more expected on Tokamak. As I mentioned before, this is one of the larger maps of the map pool, so we're seeing some more kind of safe, more economic, more mid-game oriented play. Both players are being more passive here as we expand, as we build up into the mid-game. When it comes to any major deviations, both players are for the most part lock in step. We do have a faster Forge for Creator for faster upgrades, meanwhile faster Robo for herO for detection for potentially immortal production as well. So herO is playing safer by going for the Robo, Creator is cutting corners by skipping. For example, if Creator was up against DTs, that could just end the game. So herO breaks in, picks up the sentry. Pull away. Nice pick off there by Creator. He does punish. Does punish herO. Pulse on attack has begun, so there is going to be that window in time. There's going to be that opportunity here where Creator will have +1 and then +2 over herO. So there are going to be these upgrade timings for Creator. Okay, herO just investing to observers. As we mentioned, herO's just playing safe. Getting detection, getting vision. Meanwhile, Creator is less concerned about that. Going for his gateway explosion. Will soon move out. It's gonna be attacked by drop bears. Ah, nah. True. Scouts. 4th base is now on the way for Creator and for herO as well. Both players are expanding. +1 is almost done for Creator. herO has been catching up thanks to Chrono Boost. Has been chronoing. And yeah, we're just chilling. +2 has begun. When it comes to our army compositions, we're going from Blink Stalker into Charge Archon. Both players are getting into their Archon production. The way the PvP works is initially Blink Stalkers are good, they're amazing. Zealots, they're a lot more cost efficient. They can close the gap and trade better against its Stalkers. As you build up Mass Zealot, that's when Archons come into the mix to help deal with the Zealots. So they each have their part to play. So far, herO's got 2 Archons. One of them a little bit further back. herO has to cut back. Decent force fields. Zoning back the Stalkers. Yeah, a lot of ways to DPS, but Zealots, they're breaking through. Creator trying to force the issue. Oh, doesn't quite get the Archon. Nice control. And nice blink control here from herO. Kites back. But more weapons are coming in, and Creator, he breaks through. He wants that Prism. Oh, he wants it. Gets the Archon at least. Yeah, takes on both Archons. Archons go down, and herO is being broken. Here and now. Cell Saver Whelm. Stalker's getting picked up, and the Creator. He's crazy. He breaks into the mineral line. He's pushing into the third base. Again, he was able to overwhelm those Archons. Zone away the War Prism. And now he's going for the mineral line. Boys are being pulled into Archon shots. Ay, ay, ay. Brutal Archon shots in the mineral line. And Creator, he has done it. +2 is about to kick in. And this is already critical damage. Already. Taking down the final Stalker. GG gets called, and Creator, he overwhelms, and Creator, he will take a 2-0 lead of the series. The Creator. GG. Game one, Creator, he shuts down and denies the all-in, the attempted one-base all-in from herO. Here in game 2, we just build up into a 4-base economy. Now, Creator, of course, he was a lot more decisive, a lot more aggressive. He was very quick. Once he got his Robo done, he warped in the War Prism, and then he just sent it across the map. If you remember, herO, he was playing a little bit safer with the earlier Robo, with the Observers instead, getting vision, getting detection out on the map. He was a little bit slower to tech up and to focus on said army. And Creator, as a result, had a small window in time where he could take advantage, and he did make use of it. Did go for the kill. GG, well played. And Creator, he does take a 2-0 lead, and now Creator, he is 1 game away from claiming the entire series. Fun fact, Creator, he hasn't dropped a single map this tournament. it's crazy, papi. He 2-0'd Bunny, he 2-0'd ByuN, and now, I mean, technically he 2-0'd herO. Can he go for the flawless victory, papi? Can he? Jesus. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Mothership, we have the red Protoss player. We have the South Green Protoss T1 down heavily in the series. He has to start to come back here and now to make a series out of this, to have a chance at the ace match. It is a herO. And spawning in the bottom side of Mothership, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss from South Korea, leading the series 2-0. It is a Creator. Here we go. The Creator. You know what he has? He's got the family buff. Aye. Fun fact, if you follow Creator on Instagram, I think it was today actually. It was either today or yesterday. He did post a photo, and he went out with his family. He had a big nice KBBQ dinner. Let's go. He's well fed, Pap. He's well fed. He's ready for some StarCraft. Aye. I think that was today, actually. I think it was today. I remember seeing it on Instagram. He's juiced up, ready to go. But now, 2-gate opener back at home. Likewise, 2-gate opener out of herO. Welcome one and all to Mothership. Mothership is a 3-player spawn map. You can spawn in any of the corner locations. And herO will, he has found, of course, that Creator's not top left. And herO is going for the proxy. 1 base all in. Let's go. herO he's just going to commit. He's going to double down here. Hey, he's up against the wall, but that would not stop herO as the pylon is being thrown down, and we're getting ready for the proxy. I would imagine proxy Robo. Let's go. Let us go. The herO. He's putting it all on the line. All on the proxy. Next to the Tuna. Let's go. Cybercore is done. Oh. Back at home, it does open up double adepts. There's the Robo. There's the 1 base all in. Now, Creator, he has seen that a pylon is missing. True, he knows. He knows that a pylon is missing. He knows that something is wrong. Something doesn't quite add up. Stargate opener. Ooh, okay. herO, he can pull this off. Now, a Stargate opener, it does allow for a Void Ray production. True, you can get a Phoenix early on as well. Like, there are ways to defend with Stargate play, but it is weaker. It is more difficult compared to a Robo opener, for example. So we'll see if Creator does realize what's happening in time. See how Creator does open up. It does go for the pylon block. Creator, he has not been checking for proxies. He has not scouted. Oracle's being chronoed. And here comes the Prism. Here comes herO. Things are lining up. We do have a shield battery in the mineral line, likewise shield battery at the natural. This shield battery is in position to defend against a proxy Stargate. So a bit of a misread here from Creator. He believes it's a Stargate, or at least he's getting ready for it. Adepts into the main, probes are being one-shots. So far gets one, gets two. Zero mining here by Creator, by the way. Zero economy. Gets four probes. Ay. The Immortal's on the way as well. And this Oracle isn't really going to help much, I'll be honest. We'll see. Oracle's almost out. Likewise, more economic damage. 7 probe kills, 8 probes. He gets 9. He gets 10. Yeah, 10 probes go down. Creator's economy is crippled. Losing up to 12 workers. Ay. And GG. Yep, GG gets called. That's game-ending damage. And herO, he does fight back. He does put a point on the board. GG. Whew, GG, well played. As you mentioned, Creator, he had a misread. I say misread, he gambled as well, right? Both players gambled. Creator, he knew that the pylon was missing, and it looked like, from what we had seen, he had assumed it was a proxy Stargate. So he was hoping that it was going to be a proxy Stargate, not a one-base all-in. So alas, he went for a Stargate opener himself into Oracle. He got shut down. It was far too much here in his main. And with that, we have a back and forth. herO, he begins the comeback. Let's go. Here we go. He's praying to the Tuna God to intervene. It worked, Pappy. It worked. Oh no. The Dong one whispered into Creator's ear. He's like, it's a Stargate. Don't worry. You'll be fine. Good guy here putting attention to the Tuna logo. True. Can the players see logos as well? No. Logos are just for the viewers, just for the observers. But there we go. Here we go. We are getting into game number 4. We have a back and forth. We have a series, and we have potentially the beginning of a comeback. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon, we have the red Protoss player. South Green Protoss representing T1. Fighting back, putting a point on the board. Can he take this game to force the ace match? It is a herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. We have the blue Protoss. The blue Protoss player himself from South Korea. Still leading the series 2-1. Still one game away from claiming the series. It is a Creator. Here we go. As probes are being sent out. Welcome, of course, to Pylon. Pylon is a very small map of the map pool. Aggression is favored on this map. You don't have to proxy, you can just one base all in from back at home. It is possible. But we'll see. Some probes are being sent across the map, and we are scouting each other. 2 gate openers all around, and you can see that there is no probe on the map, there is no proxy, there are no shenanigans. Not this time. Not yet. Yeah, the logos file on your computer to be able to see it. Yes. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Este Tuna. I spent all yesterday polishing his tuna just so it'd be sparkly for us. Oh no. You're an animal, Pap. You're an animal. Calm down. As for now. For now, everything's looking normal. It's going to be a double Stalker opener out of Creator, a double Adept out of herO. So herO, he's going to be the aggressor. Double Stalker does allow Creator to be a little bit more assertive and aggressive, and he can push across the map. Potentially could also catch the Adepts of herO. Otherwise, hero's looking for economic damage. Hero opening up double adept into Stargate. So here he's going for a delayed expansion and prioritizing harassment with adepts and with oracles. So a very aggressive start out of hero. Not an all-in, but aggressive nonetheless. It's going to be up to creator to realize what's going on and to survive. As he's parked here on top of the ramp. Adepts are moving in. Probe is in position to block. To wall off. Adepts, they threaten a shade. Not so good. As our players are expanding, creator is going for a faster robo, so we can go for defensive immortals. With a robo opener, this can eventually turn into a 2-base all-in, so we'll keep an eye on the gateway count and on the immortal production. As Oracle's moving out, creator, he did not scout the main, he has no idea what's going on. And there's no shield battery in the main base either. Okay, didn't scout, didn't confirm. The main base is exposed and the Oracle gets in. Ay, ay, ay. Again, creator, he never scouted the main. He had no idea. Probes are falling. That's going to be 5 dead workers. Very nice start here for hero. And with that, hero takes a worker lead. Takes a lead. Second Oracle's on the way. 2 Oracles, they can one-shot probes. And once again, creator, he gambled a little bit here. He never confirmed. Now he scouts. Now he's aware, but now it's too little too late. Oracle goes in. More probes are going down. And this is just a brutal start for creator. Oh, God. I'm afraid to look. That's going to be 8 probe kills in total. Not game ending, but hero has a very comfortable lead. Very comfortable lead here. In a mirror matchup, I mean, this is brutal. This is difficult to recover as more probes get picked up. And creator, what's the plan? We still only have 2 gateways. He's not making probes, he's all in. Yeah, creator is all in. As he will lose almost every probe in the main. 10 more probe kills, the Oracle runs out of energy, and it's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. Creator, he's all in. Either he ends the game or he dies trying. Creator, he has 1 immortal, 6 stalkers. He has no war prism, he has no proxy, he cannot reinforce. He's getting a pylon. Does he notice? Yeah, he does. Oof. Tries to bait it out. Baits out the stasis. Pylon is done. Hero, he can afford to pull the boys. Yeah, boys are being pulled. Oracles, they move in. They tank some shots. Again, creator, does he have enough? I mean, that 1 immortal's doing a lot in the back line. And there's only 4 stalkers. Oh, he does it. Nice force field. Very nice force field. Every stalker's going to go down. Remember, there's no blink. There's no blink stalkers. And creator, who needs probes? He has 13 probes, by the way. He's completely all in, and he is breaking the natural. Keep going. He's so close. Este creator. Oh my god. Gets into the main. 3 stalkers left. Yeah, 3 stalkers remaining. Takes down the pylon. Depowers 2 gateways. There's 2 gateways left. Boys are being pulled. And again, this 1 immortal has just done so much for creator. Oh, speaking of. Ah, yeah, there's a hole. Yeah, there's a hole in the wall. The force field just delays. It doesn't stop. Down to 2 stalkers. 2 stalkers left. Oh my god. Oh, the immortal taking a lot of hits. The immortal takes a lot of damage. And he does it. Yeah, it takes out the final stalker. And creator, we are not getting to the ace match. I thought we might, by the way. Hero, he crippled the economy, did so much, but GG gets called. The all-in succeeds, and creator, he will take the series 3-1. And creator is going to be this month's Sparkling Tuna Cup October champion. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Hero had a phenomenal start, by the way. Hero, he was killing pros with the adepts, with the oracles. He crippled creator. He forced the all-in. But remember, we did mention something about this map. It's Pylon. Pylon has a shorter rush distance by ground. All-ins and aggression is more favored here. Creator, he was able to barely build up and move out. Didn't really have too much to work with, but that one Immortal just did so much there for Creator, adding so much extra DPS to that fight, to that engagement. Likewise, thankfully, Creator, he did notice the stasis traps, so he wasn't taking them to the face. We saw that herO, he was working towards Blink, but if you remember, the attack hit, I want to say, what, 15 seconds before Blink? Like, Blink barely wasn't done in time, so herO, he lost a lot of Stalkers to that first attack, to that first push, and GG. GG, well played. Whew. Creator, he snowballed out of control, and congratulations to Creator. Congratulations to Creator, as he does claim the series. He is our champion this month. Congratulations. No back-to-back championship out of herO. Remember, herO, he was last month's champion. herO, he was the September Tuna Cup champion from the previous month, and this month he was looking a little bit shakier. Again, it wasn't just Creator, but Christiana also took some maps, and Geralt also took some maps as well. So herO, he did not have as dominant of a showing here, not in October, and in the end did fall at the hands of Creator. GG. GG, well played. Oh. As yeah, Creator, he had a very dominant showing here in comparison, where he 2-0'd Bunny, he 2-0'd ByuN. Did show some weakness against herO, but if you remember, that was the game on Mothership, and that was the game where, like, there was just everyone was gambling, like where herO went for the proxy, and Creator, he went for a more lax response to it, was a little bit more cavalier, and it was a risky move, and in the end he got punished for it. As how PvP can be sometimes, how it can be. Whew. But with that, congratulations to Creator, and shout out to herO for making it to the finals as well. Shout out to all the competitors, of course. All the players here, they did earn their spots because of their performances in the Open Cup weekly tournaments. So shout out to ByuN, Percival, Creator, Bunny, Cristiano, Nickrat, herO, and Geralt for taking part in our monthly finals. When it comes to the next month, when it comes to November, of course, we are going to be hosting another monthly finals until the end of the year. So we have one more monthly finals for November and one more for December as well. We might do something special afterwards. We'll see. But for those that are curious, these tournaments are all funded via Patreon. So if you wish to support us, and if you wish to support the Tuna Cup, you can do so via the command in the chat, !Patreon, to get a link to our Patreon page. Our tournaments are all funded via our Patreon, so thank you so much. You can actually see it under herO's name, under the bracket on the right hand side. We currently earn 563 USD a month via Patreon, and our next goal is at 670 USD. And ideally, we want to grow our Patreon to the point where we can self-sustain and be able to fund and run monthly tournaments on a regular basis. When I say monthly tournaments, I mean these monthly finals. Currently, our Patreon only supports the weeklies, but we got a very, very generous donation not too long ago by someone in the chat, and he donated 2,000 USD. It was a crazy donation. We got 2,000 USD from the chat, so thank you so much. We often don't get any donations. I think we get like one donation like a month sort of thing. Like unfortunately, we don't really get many donations. We got a massive donation, thank you so much, and all that money is being put towards these monthly finals. We got $2,000, and that funds for $500 monthlies. So September, October, November, December. 4 months of monthly finals. After December, again, that's when we go back to just regular weeklies, unless of course we can grow our Patreon to be able to fund that ourselves through Patreon. So if you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon. Otherwise, thank you so much. Even if we don't reach that goal, again, we're still going to be running the Tuna Cups as a weekly open tournament, so they'll still be running regardless. Otherwise, you can help us grow it. And with that, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support. And when it comes to the rest of our schedule, bam, you can see it here. This was this week's schedule. It's quite intense, quite jam-packed. Yesterday, we were live with 3 different events. We had the RSL Korean qualifier, we had the Americas qualifier, and we had the Platinum StarCraft League tournament as well. It was a really intense day yesterday, which is why this morning, I just slept all morning. I got as much sleep as I could, baby. We just wrapped up with the Tuna Cup, and our next broadcast should be I believe, the Wardy TV Monday tomorrow. Let me just double check. Let me check our calendar. Let's have a look here. Let's see. So we have the RSL European qualifier. That's going to be in around 4 hours, in around 4 hours time. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to cover that. So we are going to be just taking it easy here, and most likely we won't be casting the European qualifier. It's at 4 a.m. My time, so really rough time slot. Most likely would be happening. We do have the Wardy TV Monday. Yep, that's going to be tomorrow. And there were a couple of people bringing up the Team League in the chat. We will be casting that via replays. That's going to be replay cast instead, just as a heads up. But we will be hosting those matches via replays throughout the course of the week. I believe it's going to be 5 days. 5 days of the Team League. It's a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft, and we will be catching up and covering those via replays instead. The reason why we're casting it via replays is because the main sponsor of that Team League tournament is Chijik. That is a streaming platform. So it's like the Korean version of Twitch, or it's a Korean competitor to Africa TV. So games can only be streamed there. We used to stream on Chijik, but we didn't really get much viewership. We didn't really get much attention. And often other like casters that would do replay casts after the fact, they would get more viewership because they were just on Twitch, right? And YouTube as well. So it's like, you know, why live stream on Chijik when we could just do a replay cast and get even more viewers that way anyway. So we're going to be doing replay casts. That's going to be after the fact, of course, like 24 hours later, just as a heads up. And again, that's going to be running all week. It's going to be running all week long. We won't be the only people casting the event via replays. I believe Wardy's going to be doing the same. I believe Wardy's also going to be casting via replays, and potentially Rotterdam as well, because Basilisk is going to be competing. I think Roddy does want to cast his own team's games as well. So I think Roddy will also be covering some of that if Basilisk is playing. Like for those matches, I mean. So there's going to be plenty of other representation, plenty of other coverage on that tournament. Thought they were avoiding Monday like the plague for some reason. No, the Wardy TV Monday has been on Mondays. They did have extra weeklies on Fridays as well, but that was just they were doubling up. They were doubling up. Just because they were missing some weeks. If you remember, the weeks that they missed was like the Wardy's wedding. If you remember, he had a wedding, of course. He had a honeymoon. So there was some weeks here and there where Wardy did kind of miss a Monday. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Had to do a review of the viewer numbers. Well, like, it wasn't really worth it in the sense that we would cast it on Chijik and then we'd put the VODs live on YouTube, which means that we never got our content was never revealed to Twitch. So like a bunch of people just wouldn't watch it. Just wouldn't watch it, and it wouldn't make sense for us to like do like to cast it again after casting it once, sort of thing. But otherwise we are going to be wrapping up. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the content. Hope you enjoyed all the games we had this month. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Wardy TV Monday. And we'll see you after that with all of the Crank Gatherers Team League tournaments or Team League matches. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Until then, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who is live at the moment? Who is live? I know that Sort of is live. True, we might give Sort of some love. He does often raid us as well. I think Railgun is streaming. We'll give him some love. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Ciao, ciao. We'll see you guys tomorrow for some Wardy TV Monday. See you then.